Hello, Jennifer Coldiron, Member Success Manager with trueU, and I am here with Jon Loftin, the President and COO of the MJ Companies. How are you, Jon?
Wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Glad you're here. We've got 3 questions for you today.
Great.
Question 1, what is it about the culture of your organization that makes people want to work there?
Yeah, love the question, and it's something we think deeply about consistently all the time. We want to know not only who's joining us, but how they got to us. That's important to us. What channel did they get to us? And then at the end of the day, why did they say yes? And then why did they continue to stay? I think at the heart of it, there's 2 things. It's one, it's purpose, why we exist, and the other, it's learning and growth opportunities that a thriving, growing organization provides them. Our purpose, very simply stated, and some would argue ambiguously stated, is we inspire the success, fulfillment, and well-being of each person that we serve. And those 5 stakeholders are, first and foremost, our employees and their families, then our customers, and that can at times raise an eyebrow or 2. We do that because we're in the professional and financial services business, and if our employees are inspired, fulfilled, and well, they can then deliver the best-in-class service that we expect. But then it's the growing, thriving part of it. An entry-level person can very quickly see that we're going places, if you will, and the growth opportunities that are afforded as a result of that is what, you match culture with a thriving organization and magic can happen.
I love that. Magic can happen. All right, question number 2.
Sure.
The MJ Companies has put a lot of people through the trueU Leadership Academy. Can you tell us a little bit about the impact that those programs have had on your organization?
Yeah, it's immense, and it's sometimes hard to measure, rather.
Yeah.
But I should know the number, but it's got to be pushing 75 people through the years. I think we were the first trueU member, actually.
You are the OG.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
How about that? It's been a great ride. So when I observe those that have gone through it and what their trajectory has looked like since going through it, there's a couple things that I observe. Is one, they're more confident people. Just in terms of they've been equipped with resources or tools. A lot of them went into it because they were emerging leaders by definition. They weren't leaders already. And so we put them into the leadership and training program, and they learned what leadership really was. They probably had a perception of what it was, and they came out on the other end of it saying, leadership is something drastically different than what I thought. It's not just managing the P&L. It's serving other people, and I think that's been extraordinarily impactful. And then, of course, we've had other leaders join, that are existing leaders that to hone a skill or enhance a skill set, and that's been tremendously impactful too. But I'll say this: I think that those that have gone through it have come out not just better individual contributors or leaders or managers, they're better human beings, they're better people, and it's impacted their personal lives as much as it has their professional lives.
I love that. And your care and investment in them as people is very evident.
Thank you.
All right, final question. What is the one thing that trueU offers that has had the greatest impact on your organization?
The one thing, not a fair question, but I'll endeavor to answer it nonetheless. So, a way I think about this is I go back to, sitting in Mike Glantz's office probably close to 12 years ago now when he said, hey, I'm thinking about this. And I know before he invited me, I already accepted the invitation that wasn't even extended yet because I believe so deeply in what he was endeavoring to do and sharing then the Defenders culture. And I wanted that. We were philosophically aligned and people are our greatest asset. So now that I look at it, close to 11 years now, looking back on that as to the impact that it's had, certainly all the things that I've talked about in terms of the leader, the individual impact that it's had on people. But I was in a conference and I did a Q&A, much like you and I are doing right now, with a leader that I would deem to be the best leader and perhaps the best human being I've ever met last week. And we talked about his operational framework and his culture, and he said, part of our key stakeholders are community. And it's one of ours as well, and so we're aligned there. And he said, even so much so we consider ourselves a quote-unquote community asset. They're not owned by any governmental entity, they're privately held just like we are. But they consider themselves a community asset, such that they feel there's an obligation to serving the community. And that has stuck on the forefront of my mind since. On the plane ride home, I'm thinking, you know what? We're a community asset too, under that definition. And we're therefore obligated to serve our community. And I believe in that context, every single going concern, profit, not-for-profit, also is a community asset and has that obligation. So taking it to the impact that trueU's had, trueU's really building a community, a groundswell of companies that are not only like-minded businesses, but like-minded human beings. And every single firm that joins, by definition, has that mindset to serve others, including the community. And so as that community builds, think about the exponential impact it has on so many other people, not just the people within the four walls of our businesses, but their families, their customers, etc. And so what trueU has done is not just build better businesses, they are building human beings to be servant human beings. And for that, I simply say thank you, right? For the 10 years that we've been involved, it's had a tremendous impact on me personally, professionally. But it's what I've enjoyed the most is the community that it's built and the like-minded people that we get to interact with and hopefully influence so many others to become better human beings, because I think everybody would agree with me, the world needs better human beings.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Thank you.
Jon, thanks for being here. We are honored to have the MJ companies as part of our team.
Thank you for including me. I've had a great run with trueU, and I appreciate it.